Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today I'm going to show you all about the app bgstats. Now, this particular app I've used for many years and I have unlocked various different features within it, which I'll be showing you as well. So of course, hopefully this will be of interest. This is one of my first videos I've made for the channel involving obviously using a phone and using a screen recording app. So hopefully this will be all right for everybody. So let's just show you how this works. Firstly, you're going to type this into your, your app provider's store. In this case, I'm using Google Play. So we're going to click on Board Game Stats. I've typed in bgstats. Board Game Stats, here it is. I happen to be in the beta version. Don't worry about it whatsoever. Going to click on Open, and here we go. This is the front screen to see what you are doing. Now, I've turned off all kind of animations as to where I'm pressing on the screen. I'll be showing you. But right now, let's look at this front screen. Well, we can see my most recent play is The Crew Deep Sea, or Mission Deep Sea. That happens to be the top of the screen with a picture, and then here are the various people I'm playing with, so you can do and show you how to log people against that too. You can see which games I've played in this middle section here. That's the play statistics over the last 30 days. So you can see the summary of most 10 recent, 5 most recent games. And then on the right-hand side, you can see the amount of plays I've had in the last 30 days. The amount of named players, the amount of unique games, the 2 locations I've actually logged plays against, and in this instance, 17 new games. Now, there's also many versions of this app, so of course, depending on when you're watching this, there could be a newer version, and then of course, new features. Now, I've currently got dark mode enabled. This is because I have Android 10 or newer. It's actually Android 11 on a 6.55-inch screen. So we're now going to switch across to the middle section here, and this is by statistics. The most played games I've got on the right-hand side, sorry, the left-hand side telling us I've played Gourami 79 times, Fields of Ireland 51, Can't Stop 36, The Crew Mission Deep Sea 33 times, and My City 30 times. Now, both The Crew and My City are kind of legacy kind of games. That's why it's been like that. I've been challenges in Fields of Ireland and a separate kind of challenge for Gourami. On the right-hand side, there is the amount of plays I've done the last 365 days. The named players, again, the unique games, locations, and the amount of new games. And if you go to the right-hand thing again, all times, the total amount of plays for the top most played games on the left-hand side. On the right, the total amount of plays. Again, amount of named players, unique names, unique games, obviously amount of locations, and of course, new games. Now we have challenges. We're just going to click on challenges now. And this is the challenge you can unlock. You can pay a little bit of money to basically unlock it. And there are various challenges which are known, such as the 10 by 10 challenge. We can click on this top one. This is the top 10 hardcore challenge. What this means is I'm fixing in before the year begins what are the 10 games I'll absolutely try and play in the given period in time. In this case, I've selected the whole year, and this right now I've just managed to do it, and it links based on the most recent games I've played. So we have 7 wonders. In this case, it's listed by name. You can change that based on least plays. Well, they're all the same, or you can click the most plays amongst other things. We have Adventure Island, so you can see the last time I played that. You can go to most plays as well. So it turns out I've just given up after 10 plays typically. And then you can see 3rd of December, I finally managed to do Legends of Andor to play the 100th game to complete this. First completed, so you can see how soon I've completed this, and that's what we've listed. I've excluded 1 play. You can of course try and edit it, but on a 10 by 10, you typically cannot. So here we go, you'd undo that. So you don't want to do that as well. And over here, there's a little, obviously 3 upsilons to change other things as well. You can go to 10 games to play 10 times. So these are just automatically fills, and you can see how quickly I managed to complete that as well. Next, come down, I've actually completed another one, which is you can play 365 times in a year. So I've played 365 games, or logged plays. Then you have 50 games new to me. So you can add games such as the ones you haven't played before, replay old favourites. So I happen to have put these ones in here as well. And my next H index. So I've played 44 games 44 times. The next one is to play 45 games 45 times. And these are the ones I've so far completed. So if I next want to complete this, I have Thermopiles, which I have no intentions of wanting to try and do, to be honest. That's 42 times of 45. Rummy Cupboard, you can see I've played 45 of 45, and you can list the people who you've played them against. So all of it links back to the same location. It's listed to what it recommends, such as blackjack. Okay, so that's been challenges. We have previous challenges, so prior years. So I didn't manage to do, as you can see, I managed to do this 80 by 1 challenge. Certain games I hadn't played before, and I'm just trying to get them played for the first time. And some of these are actually now completed. I just haven't logged the stuff against it. My prior year challenge, well, I managed to complete that as well. So that's a 10 by 10. And then I did another hardcore challenge, which I did not complete because of lockdown. So that's challenges. Let's go back to the front screen. Let's go to Insights. So go to Insights. This is really fantastic. This is where you can see, it's a new addition here, this middle bar chart, seeing that through the month, where am I popular? So it turns out to be the 16th of the month is when I play things the most. And you can see the time period by month. You go it by year, and therefore it's just going to whir away. Now, I have logged, I think, more than anyone else, which is why it could take slightly longer for me, because it's having to archive it from, obviously, the back end. There's a new element here, this kind of tree thing. So you turn it sideways and you can see where you've spent the most time play, or maybe on a based on player count. And of course that can be skewed. You can't eliminate, take out erroneous stuff at the minute, things which might skew it because you had a certain mission in a certain day maybe to play something. So we have players, so this basically says how many players I've played against and how often I've played against them. That's what players does, and of course you can just swipe down to update this as well if you want to. As you can see, there's no change. And just whilst it's reloading, of course, please hit the like button, please share, please comment, let me know your thoughts, and of course, obviously subscribe. Please hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos as well. And of course, click on Let's See Player Counts. You can see how often I'm playing at different player counts. Very interesting to see actually that, playing as a 3, I'm playing slightly more than solo, or almost, as you can see. Of course, also check out the description and support the channel via Patreon, and of course, follow via Instagram as well. Over 2,200 photos. So days of the week, very evenly split. As you can see, Wednesday seems to be a bit less than the others. And if you come out and just go back to the actual, we can get all time. And of course, this will take a bit longer because we're doing all time plays. And of course, that depends on when you start logging plays. I think around 2015-16, it was like, okay, if I played a game, 2016, I start rating them. 2017, I start making a note of, if I've played them. 2018, obviously, not only the date that I've played them, but actually if I've won. And then ever since then, it's included times, so how long I've spent playing a game. I do include how to set up play and review. So I do include, obviously, the pack up and set down, that tear down time. And aside from that, I also look into other factors, such as, of course, maybe, of course, if I play it solo, then as you can see, I'm logging on here. I didn't choose to include online plays until very recently. Some people are skewed by that top 50 log plays of all time. So there's that in there too. Apologies for the hiccups. And then you can see days of the week, we looked into that location. So I put Reading, but that is very widely put out there. So there's lots of different options on there too. And yes, I do travel around the world, and I just go to new places each time, and hence different places on there too. Now, obviously you can see various different games of all time. We can go back, and let's just go back to the month. If ever you want to go to, say, a different month, you can just tap July, or where it says July 2021, and it'll take you to the most recent month. So currently I've played 33 games this month. That's 99 games. 19 games I've played, a total of 33 times. 2 locations is what I've listed. My copy is 13 of them. New to me, 9 different games. Time, 39 hours, and days, 15. Well, as of this year, of course, it's been every day this year. So for the year, we're talking about 340 something, because that's all the days so far in this year. So let's just bring that up. And I have been playing daily since, I think, March or maybe July last year, June last year. So days for 349. So you can hit all games. You can, of course, change that as well. You can do tags, so separate things. So anything related to Agricola. Let's go for something a bit more interesting, exit games. So of the various exit games, obviously it's not very interesting because it's normally just like a 1. But let's go to, this is something I've personalized. You can choose various things. Terraforming Mars, the Undo games, Ticket to Ride, let's do Ticket to Ride. It might have changed a bit since then. Oh, I've only logged 3 different things against TTR, but let's go to a different one. Various Carcassonnes, various Fluxes, various different legendary games, and Manhattan Project games, and Port Royal. Let's go to Quacks. Let's see if I have listed many others. I have only listed a couple. There's definitely a few I've listed many on. Let's go to, let's do Catan. Okay, so this unfortunately I have redone since. So there's various Dixits, there's various Dominions. I need to redo some of these. I need to show you how you do it. 7 Wonders, of course, you can get various things, various Fluxes. You could have the gift series of games, and you can obviously variously comparison and compare, and of course roll them up to see how you're getting on. So let's go for King Domino. That's just a singular one, but would include Queen Domino. And let's go to the exit ones. Okay, so there's a few exits on here. Total time spent playing, and you can see I'm typically playing certain times. When I've typically played them, the total time spent playing, that's what you mainly want to use this for. So there we go. Let's go back to this main front screen. So we looked inside, looked at challenges, we looked at the collection, of course, we can see the amount of games owned, that total amount, the base games, the expansions, the unowned played, which is very interesting. So I've played obviously most of the games that aren't even mine. 135 games currently on my wish list, 135 want to play. So you can go to this and see the base game of Aeon Zen I'm keen to play. You can see I can actually heart them to a various degree as well. So it's a must-have. You can obviously change, just like in Board Game Geek, the level of how much I want to do it. So I could go to love, I could go to like. Obviously it's color-coded, you can see, to thinking about it, question mark, don't get it, X, and none. So let's put that back to as I had it, must-have. And then let's also go into the settings as well. So let's just discard the changes. And we're going to show you how to log a play. We haven't even done that yet, so let's do that. Bottom right, you see that circular plus button. Click that, choose the game to add. Let's just choose Seven Wonders Architects. Obviously, a new game. Let's chuck this in here. So firstly, I can say I want to play higher scoring wins because it's a competitive game. We've started the timer off automatically. That's how I've done it. We want to add a player. So let's just add Alex Anon, let's say. So he's now involved. We're saying if it's my copy, let's say it is. Otherwise, we're choosing whose copy. Let's say we're playing James's copy. And now we're going to go back and now we're going to pick, obviously, anything else. So specific version. Let's just say we're playing the English version here. And now, obviously, got everything loaded up. We've chosen Reading, we've chosen the location. Let's just choose Oxford. 7 plays in Oxford. And as you can see, when you click on it, you can choose based on recent play or the most plays. So that helps you toggle to whatever you want to do. You can go on alphabetical as well. So we've got Oxford, we've picked Oxford. I'm going to stay on the screen. No comments to add, we haven't added anything else. Could say it's first play. Alex, well, he's a new player because we haven't listed him before for playing this game. Let's say he's a starters player, the youngest player starts typically. We can calculate the score. We've got the score going on here. We can make him anonymous if we wanted to. Go back, and now what you can choose is to see what rank and role. So in this instance, I want to know what else I've played. So I'm going to add a new thing in here, and as you can see, I can pick Alexandria, or I could pick a new thing. So I could type in Giza as a new location, hit save, and obviously just select Giza. So now I'm playing it as Giza, and now let's do my total score. Let's say I've got 21, or 21, and he got 20. As you'll see, it's showing Alex has got the winning score. If I change it to 22, then it switches to myself. And of course, that would have stopped the timer whenever we stop it. So you just stop it there by pressing on the plus and the play and the pause button. Or of course, you can change it and as you wish. As you play the second time, it will remember what this score, this time was as well. So all you have to do is then hit the save button. There it is, it's saved, and now you can see it's the most recent save button. Next to the edit, you can of course edit it and change anything you want. You hit the plus play button again, hit save, and then of course top right, you can say add a copy of the play, and yeah, it started from 0, but you can start the timer at what it was before, so it's remembered how long it's taken before. So there we go, let's just now close it off, press the arrow button, discard that. Let's just discard this play, obviously, so you can paste the BGG, you can unsync it as well. So you can basically say, no, I don't want to sync it. So we just delete that. And another thing you can do, you can share. So if we go back and we can share this, and you can share socially, send a play file. So let's say social share. It's choosing where we want to send it to. What you could do instead is hit share, send play file, and then again, you can do different things as well. Now, aside from that, we can go back. So add a new play, add a copy of the play. So you want to add a new play, it's just a brand new game. We haven't picked what we're going to play next. So let's just delete that, go back. And now it's out there, the burger icon top left, obviously you can choose who you are. So this is what I've played the most of. You can go over to insights. So for this particular year, let's go for the month. So we have the month of December, you can go share again, and you can send it as an image. So you can see your top most played games as an image. And you can obviously change things around. So lots of different things. Now, currently we're showing 0 because we're selecting on exit, so you just want to go to all games again. Send a 3x3 image, so we're picking our top games we played. You could have changed it, of course, to the year. You can do the 4x4, so we're doing more and more games I've played, obviously how many I've played this month. And then, of course, you can add a border around it too. So that's sharing it. You can set it without pie graphs as well, or pie charts. So that's that done. And then we also have all plays, so you can have a look through all the plays you've played. You can go through games to see which games you've been playing. And that's, of course, you can do wish lists, you could alphabetical, recent plays, most plays. So I might wish list it even though I've already played it. Here are the players I've played with, most recent plays. You can quickly collect those people you've played with most recently. Locations, so all locations. Settings, so now you can start thinking, well, I've got deep stats, so I've got this extra functionality which gives me extra stuff you can do. That's deep stats. You have challenges, like I said, you can purchase that. Allows you to see various things you want to do. Syncing, so you're saying how often you want it to sync. Of course, it will need to connect to the internet. So there you go, I'm logged in. Obviously, Board Game Geek synced in as well. Always adding myself. I'm choosing my default location, marking new players like that. And yeah, that pretty much covers everything else you need to be aware of. So hopefully this is a great introduction to showing you how to use this app. I wish I had this kind of video here initially because, like I said, it's handy to say add a location, or just type that name in as well, add space, whatever you want to do. Back to that overview, so you can very quickly see what most recent game you've played. So you've got 7 Wonders Architects. Like I said, I'll just delete that one off now because I don't want to mess up my stats. You can see daily played over the last 3 weeks, or daily played over the last 3 weeks, and you can see the amount of time spent as well. So very interesting to see how that's changed. So hopefully you found that of interest. Like I said, you're going to hit that play button, that button down there. You're going to hit a new title. What new game is out there? Well, that Furnace game I've heard about. So let's type that in. Search BGG. It finds it. There's obviously promos. You can turn the phone sideways, have a look. You can add it here. It tells you the player count, which is really handy. I wasn't even aware of some of these stuff. Hit save, and I'm away to go. So it started the timer, and it started as soon as I started searching for it, adding other players to play against. You can play it solo, of course. You can play it cooperatively if no one wins. Of course, win or lose, I can hit the win button if I want to class it as a win or not by pressing that lottery item there. And of course, I could change that game and obviously type in Dixit or any other new game as well. So that has been Board Game Stats. Hopefully you found that of interest. Please let me know your thoughts, and of course I look forward to bringing you another video very soon. So that's been it, and I now look forward to bringing this video to a close. Any other questions, of course, please let me know. So that has been Board Game Stats.